To impress the subconscious with the desirable state, you must assume the feeling that would be yours had you already realized you wish. In defining your objective, you must be concerned only with the objective itself. The manner of expression or the difficulties involved are not to be considered by you. To think feelingly on any state impresses it on the subconscious. Therefore, if you dwell on difficulties, barriers, or delay, the subconscious, by its very non selective nature, accepts the feeling of difficulties and obstacles as your request and proceeds to produce them in your outer world. All right, so let's break down this first paragraph. To impress the subconscious with the desirable state, you must assume the feeling that would be yours had you already realized your wish. So, in order to ensure that our subconscious will get the message, we have to feel. We have to feel. We already have to assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. That's the only way to impress the subconscious. It's the only way I am going to send signal. It's like the subconscious only speak one language, and the language is feeling. So if I'm not really feeling, there's no fake it here. It's no faking. Faking until make it. I don't know. I don't understand this phrase. But the thing here is to feel. To feel so hard, then you're gonna make it. So once you feel, you're gonna impress that on the subconscious. So in defining your objective, you must be concerned only with the objective itself. The manner of expression or the difficulties involved are not to be considered by you. So once you set up a goal that you want to achieve, once you set up a miracle that you want to manifest in your life, you cannot simply, I know this is so hard. That's why it requires a lot of discipline, a lot of self-discipline, and a lot of training. So once we do acquire the disciplines, is literally we can conquer everything. But anyhow, so he's saying it's like the difficulty, the level of difficulty that something is going to come to fruition is not mine to worry about. That is beyond my pay grade. This is beyond what I can calculate. What I can and what I should do is assume the wish fulfilling and not worry how it's gonna happen. I have no idea how it's gonna happen, when it's gonna happen, how it's gonna happen. It's impossible. That's why it's a miracle. So assume the wish fulfilled. I will assume the wish fulfilled. Ignore how hard it is to get there. Just assume you're already there. So to think feelingly on any state impresses it on subconscious. Therefore, if you dwell on difficulties, barriers, or delay, the subconscious, by its very non selective nature, accepts the feeling of difficulties and obstacles as your request and proceeds to produce them in your word. Think feelingly. So when you think, you're feeling whatever you think, whatever you feel, that's what you're going to impress on your subconsciousness. Whatever you feel, whatever you think. So if you dwell on difficulties, barriers, or delay, the subconscious, by its very non selective nature, accepts the feeling of difficulties and obstacles as your request and proceeds to produce them in your outer world. So you really need to embody in every single way. You know, when I say you really need to, and I mean, I'm just saying don't really need to. I'm saying, like, if you are in this journey and you want to apply this law, that's what Neville says you should do. So pretty much is like this. You have to feel You have to think. You cannot just think, oh yes, my miracle is gonna happen. No, no. So you really have to embody with all your cells. You have to feel, you have to think, and then you have to feel. And once you think and you're feeling 100% with all your cells, with all your discipline, and then you're gonna impress this on your subconscious, your wish is gonna come to fruition. So how difficult it is to your wish come to fruition? When, how hard, this is not your concern. The only concern you have, you should have, not even a concern, is the discipline, is to be aware, to be awake of your feeling. I know it's really hard when you're going through a challenging moment, a hard moment, and it's really hard to. I personally know that. It's something that I came to realize with a lot of discipline. And some days you're gonna be able to accomplish, to embody the feeling. You're really gonna be able to think and feel as you wish fulfill in the middle of the storm. So pretty much it's like this. When you like let's say you're walking and like in a bushland and start raining and then it's really cold. So if you really start to think that you know what, I need, in order for me to survive through this jungle, through the bush, I need to be warm, and otherwise I'm gonna die. So you start imagine with all your mental strength, like depend on your life, that you need to be warm. You will be warm. You will be warm. A lot of people already have been through the situation, and they described how powerful the minds were. So for me, going through this storm, I'm still right in the middle of the freaking storm. It's a freaking tornado inside in the top of my head. I'm telling you guys, my life right now is just like, I'm just so grateful to be able to learn so much because shit is cracking. So once you embody with all yourself that feeling that you have to wish fulfill, that's when your subconscious gonna get this message, and this is gonna come to fruition. So when you're in the middle of the storm, it's really hard, but it's not impossible. So I personally acquire to feel the feeling of the wish fulfilled in the middle of the storm. And I have property to talk about this because I'm going through my storm. It's not like, oh yes, my storm passed, my that moment that you have in your existence, either you make it or you break it. I'm going through right now as I'm talking with you guys. So for me, it's more like a survival thing, and I'm grateful for that. But also it's more it's just so hard to look at the camera. Actually, I just realized now this key light is really in front of me, and it's really harsh on my eyes. We need to figure out what's gonna happen in the next video. But going back to, so I'm going through right now in the storm, and for me, in order, when I go to bed, instead me cry my balls out and feeling like I am just dry, I'm weak, I'm tired, I cannot go any further, I said, you know what, I made through a life another day. I am awesome. I'm healthy, I'm wealthy, I'm loved, I'm light. I embody all these feelings, and like I establish a routine, a little routine. And like I always like to read something, and then I drink my tea, and then when I'm drinking my tea, it's just so nice and so warm, and I'm just like so grateful to be able to drink tea, to have a warm bed, and I start that feeling of gratitude. Gratitude is a good thing as well, to realize the wish fulfill when you're in the middle of the storm. When you're in the middle of the storm, it's really hard. Like me, I'm going through this journey now for, I would say, 2 years. Maybe longer. Maybe I think longer, but like really intensely in 2 years. And I I must say it's not every day we're gonna be able to to really feel the wish fulfilled. But those days is gonna increase. Those days is gonna increase when you establish a routine of like self love, of gratitude, and then you just stop there and meditate, and you read and you run and you do whatever you have to do to understand that you are awesome, that you are God, that God is inside of you, that God created you, that you are perfect. You don't need to be nothing. You just are. That's what we keep forgetting. We just are awesome. So and then I sleep and I meditate to the wish fulfill. I am so grateful that my wish is already fulfilled. Hope that you guys could understand a little bit what I'm trying to talk, because it's really intense for me, because I want to be able to talk about everything that's happening in my life, but I can't. But I will soon. So stay tuned for more videos like this. I love you. See you. Bye.